might be that side right there. One of us, gas walls can turn off. If they were just for let's if we end up I'm not helping right now. I'm just taking a picture.
Sergeant John, you're all doors. Been salute by Nathan Colors. 1, 2. I'll ask Department Chaplain Ron Driscoll.
No. Skip that. Sorry. We had it in there.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, delegates of the 106th Department Convention. At this time, I'll call Mayor Barr, Potential Chairman, to give us a report of the current strength of this convention.
Ring the bell. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Legionnaires and guests. What? This is a Friday interim report of the Credentials Committee. The Credentials Committee met in room 145 at 6 p.m. Friday, July 11th, for the purpose of determining the voting strength of the 2025 American Legion Department of Ohio Convention. 10 committee members were present. The tally made by the Credentials Committee determined that 263 delegates, 17 alternates, and 43 guests are registered. The registered delegates and alternate represent 133 posts. The voting strength for the 2025 convention, as of the close of the first day of registration, July 11, 2025, is 272. Commander, as a duly elected and registered delegate to the department convention, I move for the adoption of this interim report.
I need a second.
I'll second.
Right, 13.
Right, 13th District Seconds.
motion has been properly made and seconded that we receive the current confidential report. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, all those say aye. Aye. All against have the same right. At this time, will all past department commanders of the American Legion Department of Ohio please stand to be recognized. The Department of Ohio owes you each of you a deep gratitude for your dedication and hard work that you have done for the American Legion. Thank you. Our keynote speaker is the newly appointed Director of Ohio Department of Veteran Service, Major General John Harris Jr. Was appointed on May 30, 2025. Today, he retired from a highly distinguished 44-year military career. In his role, he leads the state effort to advocate for Ohio's newly 700,000 military veterans, overseeing programs and services designated, designed to improve their quality of life, support their transition to civilian life, and ensure access to earned benefits. Before assuming this post, he served as the Ohio Adjutant General from 2019 to 2025 and was responsible for command and oversight of the Ohio Army National Guard. Please help me welcome Department of Ohio Veteran Service Director, Major General James Harris.
Thank you for that. I transitioned into this position literally. I left being the Adjutant General on Friday and started this position on Monday. Really wasn't sure what to expect. I had no idea it would be so hard after 44 years of service to figure out what the hell to wear in the morning. I actually have to do that every day, and that's the most stressful part of my life right now, and I kind of like it. But the best part, the thing I like, are opportunities like this to come out and talk to Ohio's veterans. And if you know me, you know that I generally don't do prepared remarks, which my staff hates. They spend a lot of time putting together remarks, and I spend a lot of time not using them. But today, I will talk from prepared remarks. And the reason I'll do that is because as I was preparing for this visit today, I was really struck by your priorities. And one of those priorities resonates with me more than the other four, quite honestly. This is something that's been a part of the Legion, it's been a part of your DNA for a very long time. But it really resonated with me. So I sat down and I started making notes. And before I was done, I actually had a speech that I'm going to use. So bear with me as I work from prepared remarks because I'm not very good at it. But I want to begin by expressing my gratitude to the Legion for inviting me here today. Your organization is more than a gathering of patriots. It's a living testament to the enduring spirit of American service, sacrifice, and unity. The members of the Legion, you carry the torch that reminds its nation of what it means to be American, in both word and deed. Right, Jason? Well, I stand before you not only as a retired soldier, but as a citizen shaped by this country, by our freedoms, by our responsibilities, and by the promise of this nation. And today, I want to talk to you about one of your priorities, as I said, a word we often hear, but sometimes struggle to define: Americanism. It's not just waving the flag or singing the national anthem. Though those symbols matter deeply, Americanism is a set of values, it's principles and beliefs that unite us across geography, across generations, and even across our politics. It's our reverence for liberty, not just for ourselves, but for our neighbors, even when we disagree with them. It's a belief that each person has the right and the responsibility to shape their own destiny, from their factory floor to the Oval Office. I think Governor DeWine got it right when he said this, when he tasked every member of his cabinet at the beginning of his administration to ensure that we meet our responsibility to ensure that every Ohioan has the opportunity to meet their God-given potential. That doesn't mean every person is going to land in the same place, but we have the responsibility to ensure that everybody has the opportunity to meet their God-given potential, because we all bring different things to the table, different talents, different ambitions, but we have to ensure that the aperture is open for every single person to be the best them that they can possibly be. It's a practice of civic duty. Americanism is voting, it's serving, it's speaking out. Most importantly, Americanism is showing up when it's time to show up. It's also the simple but radical idea that we're not just a collection of individuals, but we're a people. We're a nation. And being a nation is far more important than our rights as individuals. Americanism, it lives in our Constitution, yes, but it's also in our conduct. It's how we carry ourselves every day. It thrives not just in the founding documents of our country, but in our classrooms, our town halls, our places of worship, and every time someone stands up for what's right. Even when it's not easy, that's Americanism. Now, if anybody understands the cost and the worth of Americanism, it's the men and women of the American Legion. You wore the uniform, you swore the oath, you stood in harm's way for the sake of this country, not just for land or for government, but for the ideals that this country represents. Your service didn't stop when you came home. In fact, I'd argue that when a new kind of service began, it's when you came home. Because today, as veterans, you're the front lines of a different mission. And that mission is ensuring that Americanism endures. When you mentor a young person, when you organize civic events, when you speak truth with clarity and compassion, you teach what it means to be American. You demonstrate that patriotism, and it isn't performative. It's not performance, it's not words, but Americanism is participatory. You've got to show up. And I want to be clear. You're not relics of the past of America because you believe in Americanism. You are stewards of this nation's future. There's a hunger in this nation, especially among our young people, for meaning, for purpose, for something larger than themselves. You have the story to tell. You must tell it. Americanism is not just about the people in this room. And frankly, I feel that I'm preaching to the choir because, as I said earlier, the American Legion, you know this better than most. But we have a responsibility to be catalysts. And that means to the rest of the veterans community. That means reminding the veterans not in this room that they have a responsibility to Americanism. It's about teaching the veterans community that coming home, following our military service, does not end our commitment to be ambassadors for this nation, and especially to the young people of this nation. Let's be honest. Americanism is being tested today. We see increasing polarization, we see increasing cynicism, and we see increasing fear. We see institutions that feel distant, and a media that often divides before they inform. In some cases, the media simply becomes propaganda machines for political ideals and competing political ideas. And they're unashamed about being propaganda machines. What's concerning to me about the media is that media outlets are now unashamed about being propaganda machines for certain divisive ideas. That's very concerning to me. It should be to all of us. But I believe the American spirit's not broken. It's only challenged. And challenge is nothing new to this country. It's certainly nothing new to you. We face it as a country at Valley Forge, at Gettysburg, in the trenches of Europe, jungles of Vietnam, and on the battlefields of Afghanistan and Iraq. on the beaches of Normandy, and as I said, on the mountains of Afghanistan. Each generation has been called to renew Americanism in its own way, and now it's our time. The challenge isn't whether we agree or disagree. We're always going to disagree. Americans always have. The challenge is whether we remember that what binds us together is greater than what divides us. And that's where organizations like yours, American Legion, are vital. Because in your halls, we find unity. In our programs, we find youth uplifted. In your example, we find the better angels in our nation's values. So how do we practice Americanism today? Again, I feel like I'm preaching to the choir, to the people in this room. But we've got to ensure that everybody who wore the uniform understands they have a responsibility to this. How do we pass it forward? First, by educating civics. You do that better than most. It's essential. We must teach our young people how our system works and why it matters. This is not indoctrination, by the way. This is empowering. Second, by engaging, showing up school board meetings, mentor a junior ROTC cadet, help a neighbor, run for office. These aren't just rights, they're responsibilities. Third, by exemplifying integrity and service. Americanism means doing the right thing, even when no one's watching. It means living your values, not just speaking them. And this is why peer support groups, peer counseling for other veterans supporting veterans is so important, because we expect every veteran to live those values. When a veteran falls down, it's important that we lift them back up and put them back on that road of integrity and honesty and civic responsibility. And fourth, by building bridges. Seek common ground, especially with those who think differently than you do. Americanism thrives when we see each other as fellow citizens, not enemies. And finally, probably most importantly, by remembering and ensuring that our communities remember not just what we've overcome, but why we endure. We remember to honor the sacrifices of those who came before us, to learn from our past, and to renew our commitment to liberty, justice, and for the promise that out of many, we truly are one. My friends, the torch of Americanism has been passed from generation to generation, not by accident, but by intention. By the intention of organizations like yours. It's carried by teachers, it's carried by soldiers, it's carried by parents, it's carried by public servants, and most importantly, it's carried by you. The world still looks to America, and we have to ensure that it always does. Not because we're perfect, but because we strive. Because we believe that freedom is not a gift to be hoarded, but a light to be shared. So let us keep that light burning. Let us teach it, let us protect it, and let us remember that Americanism is not a noun to be defined, but a verb to be lived. And most importantly, to be lived by those of us who wore the cloth of our nation. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your patriotism. And thank you for your commitment to the very soul of this nation. May God bless you. May God bless America. And may God bless the United States, the American Legion. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Oracle. Is an organization that is focused on Department of Veterans Affairs electronic health record modernization. Oracle is committed to delivering a modernized and seamless healthcare experience for you. As part of this commitment, the VA has been working on implementing new electronic health record system, ensuring better continuity of care between the VA, the Department of Defense, and other health partners. Esma Atta is a veterans outreach consultant in support of Oracle programs leading nationwide. Grassroots outreach focused on the Department of Veterans Affairs electronic health records modernization effort. He served in the U.S. Army as a geospatial analyst and has served twice in Iraq. More recently, he worked at Capitol Hill as a policy advisor on Veterans Affairs and Science and Technology issues. He holds a master's degree in security policies studies from George Washington University. Please welcome Atta to the stage.
I get all kinds of pronunciations, but it's Assam Atiya. Thank you so much, Katie. I really appreciate the introduction. And thank you so much for having me here. It's always a pleasure to follow a general officer as a little EE4. It makes me feel like sometimes I made some good decisions outside of my time in the Army. But I'm not going to really try to follow that speech. That was incredible and very inspiring. As was said by JD, I served in the Army for 3.5 years, deployed to Iraq a couple of times. Super honored to be able to be here on behalf of Oracle's team who is upgrading the VA. I use the VA for all of my healthcare, and I'm honored to be a part of this transition to modernize that system. Let me ask a couple of questions. How many people in this room use the VA for any percentage of their healthcare? Very good, that's almost everybody. How many people have filed a disability claim with the VA? Very good. And how many people have used more than one VA medical center at any point in their time at the VA? All right, so we're talking well over 75% of the population in this room for all of those questions. So this applies to everybody here. You all know that the VA's current system does not integrate between VA healthcare centers. The VA's current system does not communicate with DoD, and the VA's current system does not communicate with the Community Care Network. The VA's current EHR is actually the first EHR ever invented in the world, and it has not been updated in a significant manner in over 40 years. So we're here to make sure that we bring this up to the 21st century so that it will do all of those things, communicate between VAMCs, so that you can travel the country without worrying about having to go through eligibility, so that you can, so newer veterans, you know, this isn't going to apply to most of us in this room, but the new veterans getting out now, their DoD records will communicate with VA directly, and you'll have a bunch of new patient portal functionality like appointment making and things like that. We have a short video that I'd love to show you. John, if you could cue that, please.
At Oracle, we believe that men and women, whether active duty or retired, who serve the United States deserve a single, compatible health record system that follows them all the way from basic training to assisted living. Oracle, a world leader in critical enterprise systems, is actively working to make that a reality. And we're here to show you how.
Electronic health records for your doctors, your providers, and for you are incredibly important. The DoD used to use Alta. The VA used Vista. Vista was conceived in the 1970s and deployed for the first time in the 1980s. But that's over 4 decades ago.
From a guy who came into the Army where each medical center had different electronic systems, policies, procedures, as you transition from one post to the next, but most assuredly when you move from an Air Force facility to a Navy facility, it was a new experience.
Right now, if you go to one VA and then you go to another VA, they literally have to recreate a record for you at that second VA. And they could get something wrong. You could end up with the wrong birthday, the wrong race, things that they're having to fat finger things into a second system, or a third system, or a fourth system, depending on how many VAs you go to. The current system, Vista, is outdated and fragmented, hindering effective care. At Oracle, we're committed to revolutionize healthcare for veterans with a modern, unified health record system. The fundamental flaw of previous modernization attempts is that they focused on building on top of a patchwork of variable, undefined, and underdocumented Vista systems.
But in 2017, VA contracted with Oracle Cerner for the next generation electronic health records.
The rollout of the Cerner system across the VA has not been without its problems, but now that Cerner is part of the Oracle Health family, we have supplemented the program with an engineering team that has deep technical expertise and will continue to add resources as necessary to get the job done.
Our veterans are brothers and sisters, and their families have earned world-class health care. You gotta make sure you give it to them.
Because one thing I found out is that soldier joins the Army or whatever branch of service, knowing that they're going to receive great care.
And part of that, sending access to your healthcare records. Having a lifetime electronic health record in your pocket is incredibly important.
What this modernization opportunity is to truly have one medical record between your time on active duty as well as your time inside the VA.
It's time to let go of the past and embrace the future. It's time to give veterans the care they deserve. And here at Oracle, we're doing just that.
This healthcare record is already deployed across all 138 military treatment facility commands. That's servicing over 3,000 facilities and 9.6 million beneficiaries in DoD. It's also deployed across NOAA and the Coast Guard at DHS, and will be eventually, once it's fully implemented across all of VA, a single unified federal electronic health care record that will follow you through all of your federal service. In December of 2024, just last year, VA announced that it is going to be deploying across all of VISN 10. So Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, one location in North Kentucky. And we already have folks on the ground at all of those locations conducting the critical infrastructure upgrade work to make it ready for the software update. So that's all of the servers, computers, Wi-Fi networks, etc. And we're hoping that we'll be going live here in Ohio in early 2026, and we'll be upgrading to the new patient portal as well, and you'll be able to experience all the benefits of that shortly. So pre-deployment is ongoing, and we'll be in touch, and we're going to be a resource for you as this process unfolds. I have a table in the other room. If you have any questions, feel free to come up and ask. And thank you so much for your time, and thank you for your service.
The chair recognizes Department First Vice Commander Stan Orange to supervise this body.
At this time, I ask the adjutant, JD, come on. Oh yeah, that's hers. Okay.
Good evening, or good afternoon. We will now start the awards portion of the event. This This award is presented annually to each district with the highest percentage of quota posts in each category, small, medium, large. They will be receiving a check in the amount of $200. Whoa, did I miss a page? Ah, thank you. Something wasn't right. Department First Vice Commanders Award. This award is presented annually to the post with quota between 25 and 749, which attains the highest percentage of previous year's membership, and the winner must be quoted by February 7, 2025. The winner of the Department First Vice Commander Award is Post 656 from District 5. Will the Post Commander or representative of Willard B. Holmes, Post 656, Post, please come forward to receive the award. And thank the staff for keeping us knowing what we're doing. They are very important. We'll talk later. Department Second Vice Commander Award. This award is presented annually to each district with the highest percentage of quota posted in each category, small, medium, large. They will be receiving a check in the amount of $200. The 2025 winners of the Department's Second Vice Commander Award is Small District, District 6, Medium Category, District 1, Large Category, District 10. Will the District Commander or Representative please come forward to receive your awards? 6, 1, and 10. Come on down. The next award is the Grand Award. An additional award in the competition amongst large posts is the Grand Award, presented annually to the first post in Ohio to reach membership quota in the quota group of 1,000 or more. The Grand Award winner for 2025 is Commodore Denning Post 83 of Sandusky, located in the Fighting 5th District. Will Post Commander or Representative of the post please approach the stage to receive the Grand Award? Hugh K. Martin Award is given to the post showing the highest percentage of goal over quota for the membership year. Will the post commander of Camp Sherman Post 809 in Chillicothe or a representative of the magnificent 7th District please come forward to receive the 2025 Hugh K. Martin Award? Next is our Big One Pin Award. The Big One Pin Award, consisting of gold-plated lapel pins and $750, is awarded to the District First Vice Commander who leads their category in percentage after the membership year. Small Category, District 12, First Vice Commander, Suzette Heller. Medium Category, District 1, First Vice Commander, Dean Boyers. Large Category, District 10, First Vice Commander, James Lockyer. With the First Vice Commanders of 12, 1, and 10, please make your way to the stage. Receive your Big One pin and check. It should have been Tom Barnett. Yes. Thank you, Holly. Tom Barnett, can you please make your way to the stage? Is he here this week? Hey, representative? All right. Who are you? Howard. Incoming First Vice is going to receive on behalf of Thomas Barnett. See, it takes the village, guys. It takes the ladies. And I will preface this by saying I do have several of these still on the desk that came in very late. So we will get the ones that, once they are approved, we will get the checks out to you. The department has made available monetary awards for any post that recruits 3 new members or reinstates 3 expired members and who transfers 3 post 888 members into their post to receive $100. A post that doubles the requirements will receive $250. A post that triples the requirements will receive $500. There are 8 posts eligible to receive this award. Will the following posts please come to the podium to receive your checks? Post 3, $500. Post 587, $500. Post 210, $250. Post 450, $500. Post 717, 250. Post 23, 500. Post 7, 100. Post 214 is 250. Post 459 is 500. And post 436 is 100. Our next award, Gold Brigade Award. A Legionnaire who recruits 50 or more new members into the American Legion by May 1st qualifies for the enrollment in the Elite Gold Brigade. These are very special Legionnaires. Award unique gifts that designate affiliation with the Gold Brigade of the American Legion. For the 2025 Gold Brigade Award goes to Joyce Hannum, member of Atwood Mock Post 459 of Burton. Will Joyce please approach the stage to receive the Gold Brigade? This next award is for any post commander who accomplishes 100% of the assigned membership goal for the post by the March 31st quota deadline. The Department of Ohio would like to ask the following district commanders to receive the quota awards for all the posts in your districts and award them to each post after convention. District 1, First Vice Commander Dean Boyers, 9 quota posts. District 2, First Vice Commander Tim Shaw, 1 quota post. District 3, First Vice Commander Brian Val, 10 quota posts. District 4, First Vice Commander Champ Brown, 3 quota posts. District 5, First Vice Commander Melissa Rogers, 9 quota posts. District 6, First Vice Commander William Little, 6 quota posts. District 7, Commander Johnny Conley, 1 quota post. District 8, First Vice Commander Scott Kahn, 7 quota posts. District 9, First Vice Commander Sam Swagger, 4 quota posts. District 10, First Vice Commander Tom Barnett, 43 quota posts. District 11, First Vice Commander David Taylor, 4 quota posts. District 12, First Vice Commander Suzette Heller, 2 quota posts.
Hi, James.
District 13, First Vice Commander James Lockyer, 4 quota posts. District 14, First Vice Commander John Light. Three quota posts. Commander, as you returning to the stage.
The next group of awards is given on behalf of the American Legion Department of Ohio Gift for the Yankees program. The department currently holds minutes for this program dating back to 1969. Since its origin, this program has given away over $8 million from its contributions. During the 2025 membership year, Gift for the Yankees program fundraised our Pulse SAL, Auxiliary Charities Inc., and private donation in the amount of $269,230.94 from over 270 folks. The Department of Ohio will use these funds to support Legionnaires who volunteer with VA, voluntary service at each of the Ohio VA medical centers, VA vet centers, clinics, and Ohio veteran homes in Sandusky and Georgetown. This program also funds the holiday gift distribution at Christmas time, bringing a gift to every hospitalized veteran in these facilities. If you have not participated in a gift distribution, please consider doing this year. Our facilities are ever increasing with Gulf War and Vietnam veterans who suffer from disease caused by Agent Orange and other chemicals. Quite often, these veterans have little to no families or resources to look after them. It means a lot to them and this program. This is just one way to get involved. Please contact corporate headquarters for other ways to participate. The chair recognized Darrell Bishop, a member of the Gift for the Excellence Committee, to present awards.
Each year, we recognize post-districts who have donated to Gifts for the Yanks program and award them on donation amounts and largest percentage of gold on the various membership categories. For the department awards as follows: largest contribution by a post, $397 per million, $20,000. Largest contribution of the district in the 5th district, $88,942. Largest percentage of a post, $397 per million. That's 7,092.20%. Largest percentage of gold for a district is the 5th district at 1,010.45%. The next 6 plaques I will mention, they will be presented at the exec board meeting in August. In the small category, highest percentage of gold of post 228, 11th district at 6,296.30%. Highest contribution of a post is post 236 of the 9th district, donating $6,500. Medium category, highest percentage of gold by a post, 397, 5th district per million at 7,092.20. And highest contribution by a post, 397, 5th district at $20,000. Percentage of gold by a post is post 587, 1st district at 2,439.41. Highest contribution of a post is post 598 of the 3rd district at $12,000. The posts that donate $5,000 or more will receive a crystal needle for their donation efforts. We will call your number. Please come forward and collect your award. If the post is not present, will the district commander collect their trophies? 1st district, post 587, $7,489. 2nd district, post 217, $5,000. Is there somebody to represent the 1st district or 2nd district? Also in the second district, post 323, $5,000. District 3, post 184, $5,000. District 3, post 598, $12,000. And District 3, post 707, $6,500. This district, post 8, $15,000. Post 83, Sandusky, $10,000. Post 118, $10,000. Post 181, $7,000. Post 211, $10,000. Post 225, $5,000. Post 397, $20,000. Seventh District, post 62, $5,000. Eighth District, post 677, $5,000. Ninth District, post 236, $6,500. Someone here from the Ninth District? District 11, post 228, $5,100. 13th District, post 91, $10,378.91. Post 196, 13th District, $5,000. And post 610, $5,000. On behalf of the Gibson Yanks Committee, the Department of Ohio, I thank everyone for their donations, and our veterans are better off with the American Legion. Thank you.
The chair recognizes Second Vice Commander Gary Cox Jr. to present the Postal Midget Award.
These awards were conducted prior to the opening of this convention, and the winner of these prestigious awards are chosen based on their contributions logged in the Consolidated Post Report and other sources such as social media and notated participation within the communities. Will a representative from the following post please come forward when you hear your post name as a recipient of one of these awards? The Michael Galato Award was created to honor Michael and Francis Galato to recognize Legion participation focused within the areas of Americanism and government and Eagle Scout of the Year. The 2025 Michael J. Galato Award is presented to Post 181 in Bucyrus, Ohio. Double time, Marine. The Alice Friedman and Alice Friedman Community Service Awards were based on community service. The 2025 Alice Friedman Post Award is presented to Post 5 in Parma Heights, and the Alice Friedman Community Service Award is presented to Post 200 in Huber Heights. Stand corrected, it was District 5, Post 118 in Amherst. I apologize for that. process. The 2025 award is presented to Post 389 in Beverly. Law and Order Award is presented to Post for engaged in law and order programs and service. The 2025 award is presented to Post 199 in Harrison. award is presented to post that has performed the most outstanding service in the field of youth activities. The 2025 award is presented to post 2 in Parma Heights. Thank you to all the posts who contribute to the community, state, and nation, and continue to uphold the American Legion mission, vision, and values. American Legion Department of Ohio recognize individuals who make a difference within our posts, districts, and communities. Each year, posts submit nominations to their district leadership for selection as a district chaplain of the year award. The district chaplain of the year of each district is submitted to the Religious Emphasis Committee to select a department chaplain of the year. The 2025 Department Chaplain of the Year Award will be presented to John Murphy of Post 196 in the 13th District. Activities he is involved in are kept within the spirit and service of God and country. Please help me welcome to the stage for 2025 Chaplain of the Year Award, John Murphy. At this time, we will now move to the reading of committee reports. When I call your committee, please move to the podium on the floor before the front of the stage to give your report. Chair recognizes Dennis Dickey, Chairman of the Permanent Organization Committee, to present his report.
Thank you, Commander. The 2025 Convention Committee on Permanent Organization was held in Maple Heights Room, Holiday Inn, outside in Independence, Ohio, 12 noon on Friday, July 11, 2025. The meeting was opened by Chairman Dennis Dickey of the 3rd District, and Dennis Dickey of the 3rd District gave invocations. The Pledge of Allegiance was recited. Don Walters to the 12th District was appointed Secretary. There was no new or old business discussed. Kevin Motter of District 1 moved. Michael Baker of District 10 second. At the time of the 2026 registration will be Friday, July the 10th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturday, July the 11th, 2026, from 10 a.m. to 30 minutes after the close of the general session, and there will be no registration on Sunday. There were 10 of the 14 districts present, and this committee was adjourned at 12:13 p.m. Commander, I move that we adopt this resolution. I move that we accept this report.
The motion has been properly made and
a second that we accept this report. Are there any discussion? Are there any discussion? Hearing none, all for by saying aye. Aye. All against have the same right. The chair recognizes Chairman Gary Menario to present the report, rules of order, business committee. We're going to continue. The chair recognizes Ken Schultz to present the Children and Youth Committee report.
Children and Youth Commission was held at the convention center here at the Holiday Inn, starting at 12 o'clock noon on Friday the 11th. The meeting was opened by Chairman Ken Schutz of the 2nd District. Robert White of the 13th District gave invocation. Pledge of Allegiance was rendered. Sharon McLean of the 14th District was appointed Secretary. Excuse me. 11 of the 14 districts were represented. We had one guest of Adam Dixon of the 9th District was present. A discussion of the Edward McBean Award was given. We had 2 submissions for that award for judging. Roger Friend of the 6th District made a motion to select post 2 as the winner, and that was seconded by John Dugan of the 3rd. Motion passed. General discussion was held on Special Olympics, Child Welfare Worker of the Year, and the 4th grade flag education program. There was a discussion on the date for the next Children and Youth meeting, and the meeting was adjourned at 12:21 p.m. And I submit this report be administered to.
I need a second.
Will 6th District, a second.
The motion has been properly made and seconded that we accept this report. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor by saying aye. Aye. All against have the same right. Motion carried. I now turn the chair over to Department First Vice Commander Stan Orange.
Also being presented today for donations to the Department of Children and Youth programs by category. Category 1, post 417, $2,500. Anybody for 417? No. Okay. Category 2, post 196, $5,000.
3, post 12, $5,500. Category 4, post 196, $5,000.
Top hours when you come up and give the report for the rules of order of business committee. Ty Biles, over here. Al, Al Boxer, can you make your way up as well?
The Rules and Order of Business Committee met on Friday, July 11th, 2025 at 12 p.m. in the Independence Room. We had 8 posts represented, 6 posts were absent. We reviewed the documented Rules and Order of Business from the previous year, and everything was accepted as the same with the exception of the date change. It was voted on as a unanimous decision to accept, and we ended the meeting at 1 p.m. Commander, I move the acceptance of this report.
Nick, second.
Chris Evans, 3rd District, seconds.
Motion has been properly made and seconded. Are there any discussion? Are there any discussion? Hearing none, all those for by saying aye. Aye. All against have the same right. Thank you.
Mr. Commander,
Yes.
Chris Evans, 3rd District. I'd like to move to suspend the reading of the remaining reports and vote them as presented to all delegates at their caucus.
I need a second.
Commander Will Little, 6th District, I second that.
The motion has been properly made and seconded that we dispense of the reading of the remaining committee reports and given to executive board. Are there any discussion? Are there any discussion?
Yes, Commander. Mindy Swyson Calhoun. Sorry, can't read that. Mindy Swyson Calhoun, District 5, Unit 41, Post 41. My question is if we're going to suspend that on a timely, with those that are all at the same time, I can't be, is there minutes that go out to everyone that attends this so that I can have those reports of all those committees? Because I'm one person, I can't be at every committee.
Those were all given out to every district commander at your caucus. please retrieve them from the commander if you need them for your records.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay. Commander Jason Root, PDC. I believe under constitutional amendments, there is a constitutional amendment that will have to come forward, pulled out, and will have to be voted on here today before the body.
Thank you.
Commander deals with moving the DEC from 2 weeks after the convention to before national convention. That's in the Constitution and bylaws and would have to be pulled out and be voted on. $2504 as a resolution.
Yeah, I'm looking for a copy, Jason. They're bringing a copy up so we can vote on it.
Can we just ask for the constitutional amendments to be pulled aside out of that and approve the rest of them?
Mr. Commander, my motion was just to accept the committee reports. We still have to vote on the constitutional bylaw in a separate order of business anyway. My motion was to just accept these as presented, the committee reports. The floor would still have to entertain a motion for the membership body to pass a constitutional and bylaw amendment.
I made my opinion motion to suspend the reading of all remaining committee except the constitutional bylaw. And then whoever second will go after this, so I'll second the motion and the motion. And then suspend them all, my constitutional bylaw, and read it.
Okay, I still need to vote on this since the motion on the floor has been properly made and second. And I need, for those for this by saying aye. Aye. All against have the same right. Hey.
department will now hear reports from the officers, list, department.
All that discussion, this is going to be short and sweet. First of all, the convention committee met. The 2025 Convention Committee on Constitution and Bylaws Amendments was held in the Bedford Room, Holiday Inn, Rockside, Independence, Ohio, at 12 p.m. on Friday, July 11, 2025. The meeting was opened by Chairman Robert Klostermeyer of the 1st District. Chris Emmons of the 3rd District gave the invocation, and Chris Emmons led the Pledge of Allegiance. Chris Emmons of the 3rd District was appointed secretary. We had 11 out of 14 districts represented. Resolution 2504. Chris Emmons moved to accept the resolution 2504 as presented. William Little of the 6th District seconded. Regular discussion, regular no discussion was, and the motion passed. The committee actually adjourned at 12:30 p.m. Now, if you want me to, I can read it. It's not real long. I will leave that up to you. It's basically the standing committee's meetings is what it was about. And they think they need a little more time from the convention instead of 2 weeks. They need more time to be able to put together everybody and get them ready. I can read the change part that they want. It's section 8, Membership and Post-Activities Commission. The Membership and Post-Activities Commission shall consist of the Department First Vice and Second Vice Commanders and the District Commanders. The Department First Vice Commander shall serve as Chair and the Department Second Vice Commanders as Vice Chair. The Membership and Post-Activities Commission shall meet at the beginning of each membership year to strategize and plan membership and post-activities. The authority of this commission shall be given it by the Department Internal Affairs and Finance Commissions, with the Department Executive Committee having the final authority. That's what they wanted to change. So at this time, as it already has passed in the committee, I put a motion on the floor to accept this report.
Need a second.
Commander. Jason Norris, District 12, Post 164. We've already had a motion where we dispense with the reading of the minutes. Well, we can't motion that again. If the next thing we need to do is vote on the resolution, we need to introduce a motion to introduce the resolution. And then the resolution, is that what you just read through, the resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
Constitutional amendment, and it has to be voted on in a department convention. Can't be done by the executive board.
Yes.
Okay, well, I need to withdraw my motion to accept this report.
It's already been accepted.
Pardon? Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we accept the resolution as it was just read.
Now I need a second.
Will Little 6th District, I'll second that motion.
Motion has been properly made and seconded that we accept the resolution as read. Any discussion? Any discussion? Hearing none, call for by saying aye. Aye. All against have the same right. Motion carried. The department will now hear reports from the officers who led the department for 2024-2025. As about change, transparency. This executive board and officers of the Department of Ohio told you we would give you that. And we have. We've made tremendous strides on budgets, spending habits, and also streamline some of our major committees, such as American or Oral, and what I'm working on. With those things being said, we've met the challenge this year. I thank the executive board for the support that you have given. I thank the executive members for the given. And I thank the finance committee for their knowledge and their effort. Appreciate it. Thank you. Now I call on First Vice Commander to stand on.
As First Vice, this has went awful fast. Membership, we did improve over the last year. We need to support Gary and everybody else to get membership up. The A&G trip that I got to go on was fabulous. These kids, we have kids that are young men and women that are going to be great leaders. And we need to support these programs that we do to continue that. I thank you for your time.
Vice Commander Eric Cox Jr.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. The activities that we had, I want to thank all the posts that went out there and held all the golf, bowling, euchre, skeet shooting, pool tournaments. But I do want to talk about one thing that we didn't post, but we started. We just had the Mid-Ohio race here in Mansfield, Ohio, and the USA 250 Challenge, where myself, Brad Beatty, Will Little, and his family walked the 2.2 miles. Ohio was the start of that. We need to embrace that. We need to get out there, take your post members, 10 people, 2.5 miles is 25 miles. You do that over the course of the year, you guys can get that 250 hours of community service. Ohio was the start of that. Ohio needs to continue to embrace that for this upcoming year, for this entire year up until America's 250th birthday. I thank you for everything, and I look forward to hopefully being able to step forward. Thank you for your time.
We will now hear from Department Director Holly Hewitt.
This year I was really proud of the work that we did on the Finance Commission, especially in the process of budget versus actual. There was a lot of work that had to be done in order for that to be stood up and the transparency that needed to happen. And I especially want to thank Becky for all of the hard work that she did working with QuickBooks to make sure that everything matched on our budgets versus actual. I was really proud of the fact that we were able to give the DEC insight into what was happening, that we were able to categorize things in an efficient manner so that we could really see what was happening with the finances. So thank you very much to the Finance Commission. You guys were all awesome. We met every single month for the entire year. Sometimes our members were in Africa, but we still did it. And so we had a good time. The financial investments remained stable over the year, even in spite of the market turbulence that we've been experiencing over the last 6 months. So that was a good thing. I'm just going to be honest, revenue remains a concern. And membership is going to be really crucial to that. One of the things that we were able to do is we launched an advertising campaign with iHeartRadio. The first commercial ads actually launched on Monday, the 7th. So you should be hearing on iHeartRadio stations in Ohio an ad for people to join the American Legion. And we're also going to be launching some Facebook ads and Instagram ads, meta ads, to do the same thing. It's going to point people to ohiolegion.com/join to put them into our department, and then we're going to put them out into your posts with your permission. Please do your part to bring in new members and keep the ones you have. Engage with them. Make sure that they know what your post has to offer. Please. The other thing we're looking at too is other revenue streams. So I want to ask you a favor. You heard Adjutant Robinson talk about Legionnaire Insurance Trust yesterday. If you have not looked into that, please do. If you need some insurance, they support our department significantly, hundreds of thousands of dollars. So the more that we can participate in that program, the better off the department is. Also, we launched some affiliates for My Healthy Pet Care and for Field Fan Blankets. You probably saw them next door. We're looking for more affiliates. So if you know someone who has a veteran-owned business in Ohio who would potentially be an affiliate with us, we would love to hear about that. Or if you know any other businesses that are aligned with our values, we would love to hear about that too. You can just have them email us at legion@ohiolegion.com, and we'll get on a meeting with them and talk to them about having a partnership. So we need your help with that. If you own a business or you know somebody who does who would be interested in that, please talk to us. Thank you for your support this year. I really appreciate it, and I'm honored to have served this year. Thank you very much.
Department Judge Advocate, Judge Brown. Department Chaplain, Ron Mitchell.
Good afternoon, everyone. You all kept me busy this year. I visited several, more than several, about half a dozen hospitals. I sent out 14 Get Well cards, and I sent out 4 sympathy cards. And it's, my address is in the newsletter that gets sent out, and if you need anything, get a hold of me on my email or my phone number. It makes no difference, and I will get it handled. Tomorrow morning, we have religious service. It'll be in the Brooklyn room at 8 a.m. Dr. Robert White, the assistant chaplain, will be delivering the message. We'll also be holding a remembrance for anyone who has lost a friend or a family member this year. I have a form for you to fill out so we can do it correctly. It's real simple. It's not very long. It's just a couple questions. So please see me for that. I want to thank you for putting up with me this year. And I got bad news for you. You're going to do it again next year. Thank you.
Department Historian, Mayor Meyer.
Can you hear it? All right. Commander, AJ. Legionnaires and distinguished guests. Whether you believe it or not, and I know a lot of people are not, but fortunately, more people do. Documenting your post history is the success to telling the story of what was done, what was accomplished, and who was involved, and why it matters. Many of us can't remember what we did yesterday, let alone what was accomplished over the past year. So keeping a record of the photos and names, dates, and what happened, preserving it for the reference is just as important
as the event itself. And then having it archived into a digital format. The National Historian and the American Legion Library staff priority is to keep the records in its digital format. They encourage us to do the same. The National History Book Contest is now a digital entry format because there is no storage for physical history books. In the next Legion News, there will be suggestions and tips on where and how to keep and store your history and photos digitally. Following Commander AJ's comments about many of the post activities and events have given me a front row seat to all the great things that go on in our state. Getting to know many of you, to see you in serving our fellow veterans and communities, I actually stand in awe of you. Some of the things documented and shared have been picked up by national as well as other departments. You should be proud of yourself and what you've accomplished. And mainly, I could not have done it without the help of my Polynesian baby, my wife, Dana. And Department of Ohio, my wife Dana, who is the Department of Ohio Auxiliary Historian. And like many of you, it's our spouses who support what we do in the American Legion. She takes the photos and gets the names and provides the content and gets it on social media even and long before the event is even over. Sometimes she's really amazing sometimes. Can I retract the word sometimes? Anyway, it's the support of our headquarters staff, though, who are doing the behind-the-scenes work to help us get through each year and be successful. This, again, is all part of our history. It brings me back to serving in the Marine Corps. We rely on each other to get the job done. And as Legionnaires, we rely on each other to get the job done. We can't do this job alone. Yes, I can come up with an idea, but to make it successful, I needed and received the help of each and every one of you throughout the last 6 years. As I have heard Commander AJ several times, he could not have done his job without all of you. I could not have done the historian job without you and your post family doing the American Legion thing you do. And that is our history. It's what we do. We tag it, bag it, and we share it with everyone. It's been crazy it's been a crazy and amazing journey recording the history of our department these last 6 or 7 years. I can't recall anymore. See, I'm getting old. For Dana and I, the ride is ending, and as we pass the pen, the camera, to continue the work we started. And we thank you, AJ, and all of you for the opportunity, for the blessings this calling has given me and all of us. And I'd like to thank someone else besides my Polynesian baby, Kevin Motter, who has assisted me this last year, and upon my retirement next month, he will be assuming my duties.
I'm not your Polynesian baby.
And remember, no matter what else, be the one.
Department Manager, John Robinson.
Thank you, Commander. Just a few quick words. First off, the Commander wanted me to announce that the annual Roger M. Height State Bowling Tournament will be in February at Polkeen Lanes, February 14th through the 15th, 21st, 22nd, and the 26th, 27th. That will be going out in the mailing for the fall mailing, so please keep your eyes out and get your team registered early. Next up, I want to thank the officers for a great year. I talk to each of you almost daily, maybe not the chat. Probably at least once a week on all of them, if not 2 or 3 times. So thank you guys for always being there, guiding and helping shape the direction the department is going. Next up is probably a little bit more important to me, maybe not everybody else, but the wonderful staff we have. I see a few of them over there. Please stand up. That way you know who to attack, not just me. They do an amazing job, a lot of selfless hours. I could probably go into hours of conversation on what we get into, how we get into it, but overall, I think we have an amazing staff. We do our best to accommodate everybody and try to keep everything rolling according to how the Legion standards are set. So, with that said, carry on. Commander, thank you.
Good afternoon. I must say it's been a very interesting year. We've had some special times here in Ohio. Last September, we were able to entertain our leading candidate for National Commander, Dan Wiley. He was here for the regatta, and he enjoyed that trip very much, and we got to tour a lot of the posts in the 13th district, and we thank you for the hospitality that was shown there. And we did the Washington conferences. We had a good crew to go up to Washington and lobby some of our priorities for the American Legion. I would encourage each and every one of you each year to go to the national website and download those national priorities so you can familiarize yourself with what we're trying to do when we go to Washington and lobby these congressmen and senators to get some of these bills passed that you're responsible for. We were fortunate to have our national commander be with us just a couple of weeks ago here in Ohio, and we toured Central Ohio a little bit. He got to go out and visit the Sable Warrior Complex. Any of you who are not familiar with that program, it's one that we sponsored, and many posts have sponsored. The hospitality was great there. Then we went on to the 3rd District. The VA facilities were toured there, and also Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. And once again, the posts that we visited in the 3rd District, thank you very much. The hospitality was fantastic, and the National Commander sends his regards. He really enjoyed this trip to Ohio. He was apprehensive at first because it's one of his last stops before he gives up his duties, and he's kind of tired because he's on the road a lot. But he was really thankful that he made this stop, and he sends those congratulations out to you, the Thundering Third. Be honored in September of this year to start off the year with our leading candidate again, scheduled to visit Ohio in September. That's Jay Bullen from the state of Colorado. Once again, the adjutant is still putting together the agenda for that program, and that'll be passed on as we go. And I know that Jay will probably also receive the same hospitality as always. That, along with the meetings and fall meetings, spring meetings that we attend, some of the business is taken care of. I would encourage each and every one of you to go to the national website once again and go to the archives section, and you can read every resolution or every proposal that's brought up before your National Executive Committee. It's all right there in black and white. So be encouraged to do that. And I'm going to echo what our historian just said. Be the one. Let's keep it going.
Opposite, Amy Seaman, Bob Smith.
Well, I'm really not supposed to have much to say. I was supposed to have a lot to say because Chappie was going to refer it to me, but he didn't. So, but I do want to reiterate what he talked about when the leading candidate, Dan Wiley, was here last fall. He really enjoyed himself well. He turned around and went on. And you got to see how these people operate. Like National Commander Jim LaCossiere, when he came in here. He spends 330 days on the road. He said he'll be home 35 days for the whole course of this year. That's how many days he'll be home for the course of the year. 35. That's a lot. Not very many to spend time with your family. But anyway, we had a good time. We did the Washington Conference. We did the spring meetings. And so that's what we got to report for. And I'm still keeping my mouth shut and listening.
Ratification. The chair recognizes Adjutant Robinson for the reading of the names and oath affiliation of the newly elected district commanders, first vice commanders, and second vice commanders.
I was asked to remind all national appointees to report to the Independence Room at 4:30 at the conclusion of this conference today. All right, district officers, ratifications, department adjutant. Woo-hoo. Great First District Commander Dean Boyers, post 468. First Vice Commander Bernie Rao, post 541. Second Vice Commander Jeff Hess, post 384. The second to none district, Commander Tim Shaw, post 652. First Vice Commander Kurt Emmons, post 382. Second Vice Commander Thomas Tierney, post 210. The thundering third district, Commander Brian Powell, post 586. First Vice Commander Mike White, post 707. Second Vice Commander Robin Madsen, post 776. The fabulous 4th District, Commander Champ Brown, that's an easy one, post 615. First Vice Commander Stephen Bauman, post 72. Second Vice Commander Sylvia Thweet, post 72. The Fighting 5th District, Commander Melissa Rogers, post 12. First Vice Commander Kenneth Parsons, post 118. Second Vice Commander Ty Bowers, post 181. The sizzling 6th District, Commander Will Little, post 764. First Vice Commander Keith Smeagol, post 518. Second Vice Commander Robert Decker, post 92. The magnificent 7th District, Commander John Conley, post 23. First Vice Commander Douglas Boyce Jr., post 23. Second Vice Commander Robert Wagner, post 325. The Great 8th District Commander, Scott Kahn, Post 78. First Vice Commander, Ronnie Rudder, Post 677. Second Vice Commander, John Stabler, Post 371. The Dynamic 9th District Commander, Sam Swagger, Post 301. First Vice Commander, William Dinnerbrand, Post 214. Second Vice Commander, Joseph Ball, Post 236. The Great 10th District Commander, Thomas Barnett, Post 428. First Vice Commander, Howard Stouffer, Post Post 290. Second Vice Commander, Dirk Harkins, Post 525. The Elite 11th District Commander, David Taylor, Post 768. First Vice Commander, Rick Smathers, Post 228. Second Vice Commander, David Wiles, Post 768. The leading 12th District Commander, Suzette Heller, Post 1.
Good job.
The tenacious 13th District Commander, James Lockyer, Post 91. First Vice Commander, Kevin Conlon, Post 738. Second Vice Commander, Christy Halbete, Post 2. I know I messed it up. The phenomenal 14th District Commander, John Light, Post 449. First Vice Commander, Jacob Marks, Post 449. Second Vice Commander, Ronald Grams, Post 496.
I will now entertain a motion to ratify the rules of the district office.
Commander, Wright, 13th District, so moves. Chris Miller, 6th District Commander, seconds.
Motion has properly made and seconded that we accept the newly elected officers of each district. Any discussion? Any discussion?
Commander Scott Kahn, incoming commander for District 8. My current post is Post 11, not Post 17.
We will correct that, sir. Thank you. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all for by saying aye. Aye. All against by saying no. I now call on Ashley Robinson for announcement.
National Convention 2028, Columbus, Ohio. We will be looking for volunteers. Please get a hold of myself or Kim LaVoy as we are preparing to put our team together. It does take quite a few volunteers to pull this off, so we will look for your support. Membership workshop, if you have not attended before, it is the first vice commanders of the district are not required to go, but encouraged to go. And if you need help registering, go on legion.org/membership workshop 2025. Scroll down, register. It's pretty easy. If you need help, call me. It will be August 8th and 9th, 2025 in Indianapolis. I'll repeat this again. National housing forms need to be turned in by the end of convention. National Convention is August 22nd through 28th, Tampa, Florida. Standing Commission meetings are August 2nd. Most of them are virtual. Please look for your call-in. We are emailing those out, so please make sure if you are a member of that group or a group appointed by your commander that we have your correct email address. Our next DEC meeting is August 16th at Department Headquarters, 60 Big Run Road. If you need directions, let me know. We can mail them to you. Louder. Yep, that's all.
Is there any further business to come before you, please?
My name is Joyce Hanna. I'm past 9th District Commander, past 14th District Commander, and First Vice Commander of Post 5-9. I'd like to address an issue that has not been corrected at this time. In 2021, the Department Executive Committee voted to close Post 504 in Youngstown, Ohio, as they had no living members left. They were closed in the fall by the DEC. The NEC closed them in the spring of 2022. At this time, this post is currently operating as a private bar, still has the American Legion name on the building and in front of the building. They're participating in activities that does not reflect well on the American Legion. The title of the property is still listed as Post 504, and the other 3 lots attached to this property are still assigned to Post 732, which was closed in 2009. I hope the incoming DEC will help us get this post closed, get the property transferred to department as per our Constitution and bylaws. Because it is an embarrassment to the American Legion, the entire state. Thank you.
I will, and inform the body, that is a legal issue, and our judge advocate is aware of that, and he is looking into it.
What's he doing?
He will have a comment on that a little later on. He wasn't aware that that was going to come up today, so that is something that I promise you we will get that information. Is there any other business that comes before this body? Session will recess until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Sunday, July 13th. Call by next in place, absolutely.
We made it.